Hey YouTube, it is your girl Tammy C here with another great video. Today I want to talk about how to get out of a rut. I want to talk about this topic because it's come up, from people that I talk to, and it's a frustrating place to be. I've been in a rut as I was thinking about it before I started the video. I've been in a rut before, but as I thought deeper, it wasn't really a rut. It was straight up depression. And I remember this was 21 years ago, and I remember just not being able to eat. The food, when I would eat, it would get caught like in my chest area. I remember going to the doctor. I remember losing my job. I remember being in bed and my mom had to come over and she was like, Tammy, you got to get up. And I thank God for my mom. Because of her coming over and encouraging me, I did get out of the bed and I was able to push through. It's like a miracle because I was really not doing good at all. And I was already slim and I had lost like quite a bit of weight. So it was a scary time for me. I was really depressed. I was in a bad relationship. My dad had passed away and I was going through a divorce. Or either had gone, nope, I had gone through the divorce. It just was a lot. So that was an extreme version. What about you? Do you feel like you're in a rut? And if you are, do you feel like stuck? Like you can't push forward? You're just going through the motions. You're on autopilot. I know that feeling. It's not a good feeling at all. So let me refer to my notes. And I want to give you some tips to try to help you get out of that rut. So tip number one, I want you to examine your situation. What type of rut is it? Is it a work-related situation? Is it health? Is it mental? Is it a relationship? Is it financial? All of those are type of situations that can cause great pain, and they can cause you to just get stuck when you don't have the answer. That's pretty much what gets people stuck in a rut. They don't know which way to go. It can be fear. You can even have depression as well. Let's just pretend it is a job. What can you do to get out of that rut? You have several options. You can go talk to your manager about possibly applying for a new role. You can look for a new job outside of the job you have. You can take a leave of absence. You can, did I write that stuff down? No, I didn't write down the answers. So I got to go from the top of my head. You can take a leave of absence, and I think that's it that I had for that. But that's an example for if it's a job. What if it's a relationship? Oh God, that's one that's a sticking point for me. What can you do about a relationship if it's somebody you truly love, but you are no longer together? I can tell you that one real quick. But it takes time. Nothing is worse than heartbreak. I would say for me, grief, um, heartbreak, being sick. Those are like some of the three things that really threw me off, and financial stress. So those are tough things to have to go through. If it is a relationship and you're in a rut over it, it's consuming you, I'm going to always push counseling or therapy because it does wonders. Some say I'm not crazy. I know that in the African American community, it's a stigma. Like, if you go to therapy, you crazy. That's how it was back in the day. Thank God that people have busted that thing wide open, and mental health is now being talked about by celebrities, by athletes. This is making other people realize, hey, it's okay to say I'm not okay. But if it is a relationship, let's just say you want to get back with the person or you're heartbroken, I can give you a lot of tips for that. You can seek out therapy if it's got you really down. You can stay busy. That's a good one for me. I'm pretty fortunate right now. Is that fortunate to be busy all the time? But I am. And even though things are not where I want them to be in a romantic fashion, I'm grateful that my schedule is kind of busy, that I don't have enough time to just sit with it, which it could be, not always good. Maybe I need to. But staying busy truly helps. I know a lot of people they'll turn to working out. I just think that's the best because you're getting a 2-for-1. You're getting those happy endorphins flowing. You are maintaining your health, and you're feeling like really good about yourself. And when you start feeling good about yourself, it raises your confidence. Once your confidence raises, sometimes you're not even no longer worried about that relationship. I can tell you some things not to do. Don't stalk them on social media trying to see what they're doing. Who are they with now? How about now? How about now? That's one thing. I don't have that option because my person don't do social media. Thank God. Thank God. But if you do, just be aware of that. Be careful. I just think that's so unhealthy to keep following somebody and seeing their every move. It's kind of creepy. I wouldn't want anyone doing that to me. But people do it. People do it. But try not to do that. Let's see what else about a relationship. Go back to school, educate yourself, watch YouTube. It's so many beautiful YouTube videos. I'm always listening to an audio book. Oh, it's some beautiful audiobooks on there. They're usually like 2 hours long or more. So I'll put those on and go to sleep to them. I'll listen to them in the morning when I'm getting ready for work. You have to condition your mind because with breakups, it just does a number on you. What about if it's like grief? You know, I've had clients that's lost children. Ah, it's heartbreaking. As a clinician, it's heartbreaking to talk to someone who's lost their child. You almost feel like, what do I say to them? And that's where I learned to hold that space for them, let them lead. And you know what? One of my clients, we were able to do a lot of coloring. She was a great colorer. Is that right? A colorer? She could color. And I used felt drawing, so we did like felt drawing. She would do a beautiful job, and I noticed as we would talk and she would color her picture, her face would light up. So if you're a clinician out there, or if it's you that is experiencing grief, try to get some coloring books. They can really heal and help. Yes. Okay, I'm going to get on off of that first topic, that first tip rather, and move on to tip 2 because I'm just babbling. And I put on this sweater. I'm trying to be cute for my viewers. Trying to be cute. And I'm about to pass out with this light. Cute is not always easy. Okay, tip number 2. Explore the why. Why am I in this rut? So, to thyself be true. Once you solve this may be the one to set you free. So, sometimes we are in a rut because we can't have what we want, because it's fear, because of negative thoughts, because we're depressed. These are some of the reasons that I could come up with. Once you decide why you're in that rut, are you just bored with life? Then you've got to do some new and exciting things. Take a different route home from work. Try a gym. Try a new cuisine. Book yourself a trip. I did something recently, and I'm so happy over it. I'm a huge Chicago Bulls fan, all the way back from Michael Jordan era, all the way back. So you know that was like 88, 89, whenever they won the first championships. Never been to a Bulls game. Been to the Chicago Bears, been to the White Sox, been to the Cubs, never Bulls. Well, I bought me some tickets because I'm like, YOLO, you only live once, and I'm tired of not all the way living. I enjoy my life, but I could do better. And so my sister and I and my niece we're going, and me and my other sister we're going, and yeah. So I want you to figure out why you are in that rut. Once you figure that out, sometimes it's really good to write this stuff down. Write how you can get out of it. And one thing Les Brown always says, you gotta be hungry. If you're in a rut, you gotta be hungry to get out of it. Meditate, journal, do those audiobooks I'm talking about. Read a book. Keep a book with you if it's that bad. Talk to someone. There's so many things you can do. You gotta be hungry to get out of that rut. And for those of you that are like me that truly believe in God and, you know, some people say spiritual, religion, I don't care how you call it, pray every day. Ask God to help you, and He is going to send a solution to you. And it's not going to take 20,000 years. He works super fast, super fast. So trust, believe, and you will receive, because the God we serve does not want you stuck in a rut. All right, so once you figure out why, that's tip number 2, start writing down some solutions. And if you don't have any, that's where you go consult that therapist. That's one thing about us. We don't tell you what to do, but together we can. Together we can brainstorm and come up with solutions. Tip number 3. What the heck did I write? Y'all got to excuse me. I'm just going to move on. Tip number 3, take care of yourself. That's the key. And sometimes when you're in a rut, do we take care of ourselves? We down and out. And you're not thinking about, oh, I got to do this to my hair. Oh, I'm going to go get a massage. Or, oh, I'm going to do some meditation. You barely making it. You're trying to get through your day. You're dragging. But if you can give yourself an extra push, whatever you can do extra is good when you're in a rut. If you can go for a walk, that's good. If you can write a sentence, I am at peace. I am. Don't say I'm going to be. Talk as if you are now. And keep doing it until it becomes your reality. Tip number 5. My God. Oh, take a risk. I always write these notes and I can't even read them. Take a risk. I just told my beautiful God sister and friend this. If you think long, you think wrong. Many times when we have to take a risk, we strategize and we're thinking about it. I'm not sure. I want to, but, and once you go down that but road, you're not going to do it. I would register for school, but I don't want that debt. I would start my own business, but who's going to buy my product? I would record this song, but I'm kind of older now. I would go on this date, but that guy's not going to like me. She's not going to find me interesting. I would apply for this job, but I don't have all the qualifications. Am I right or wrong? Holla, talk back to me. Not that I can't hear you, but not that I can't hear you. I'm just saying, when we think long, we think wrong, because the longer you think, that's that fear welling up in you and stopping you. I'm at my all-time best when I just hit it. I mean, I don't even think about it. I'm like, I don't like this job. I think I better apply for something else. I'll apply today. Boom, boom. And that's when the magic happens for me. I always tell the story about being at a stage presentation for breast cancer, cancer survivors. And I saw it on TV, and it was like, we need cancer survivors to get on stage here in Chicago and tell your story. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. And I just apply right away. I get called for the audition. I'm on the stage in Chicago. This was a few years ago, but it was so nice to tell how I survived cancer and life after cancer. It was called My Second Act. And Lord, it is. Once you survive an illness like that, every day is a blessing. So I want you to take a risk. Don't overthink. Just do it. What's the worst that could happen? You get the business. You're back in school. You meet the love of your life. You discover something magical, something beautiful. That was tip number 4, because I could not read one of my tips. That's so sad. Tip number 5. Sometimes just give the brain a rest. Maybe get that massage, or maybe go away to a retreat. You have some nice spas, or more like meditation style retreats. If you're overthinking it and you're stuck, maybe you need a jump start. And those type of retreats, they can help you. I'll never forget, like, going on vacation. I work hard. I always work hard. I'm sure, I know you do too. But it was something when me and my ex, we would go to Vegas and stay in a 5-star hotel and eat nice and sleep late, and just 4 or 5 days of just pampering ourselves. And I will remember coming back home feeling like new. We did it with Fort Lauderdale. We go there, hang out on the beach, and just enjoy life, driving around in convertibles and enjoying life, eating well. And I would come back home and feel like a new person. That's because getting away and leaving all your cares behind. It really is therapy. I'm feeling a Michael Jackson song. Oh, tonight you gotta leave them 9 to 5 up on the shelf and just enjoy yourself. Groove. Let the magic and the music get to you. What that got to do with what I was saying? Let me see. Well, I think I was saying leave your cares. I love singing. I just want to sing. Anyway, give your brain a rest. Last but not least, explore the pros and cons. So once you think about the rut you're in, write the pros of doing some of the things you want to do and write the cons. And those pros gonna outweigh those cons, because 9 times out of 10 cons, when you're talking about living a dream or doing something brand new, cons are gonna be revolving around fear. And that fear, it will stop you. Let me tell you what fear does for people. Fear has stopped people from publishing that #1 book. Fear has stopped people from telling the love of their life that they love them because they were afraid of rejection. Fear has stopped someone from starting their business, thinking nobody would buy their food or their body oil. People waiting on you. Fear. Fear will stop you from buying that home. Fear will stop you from buying investment property. Fear will stop you from buying a nice car that you know you deserve and can afford. Fear will stop you from living. So again, YOLO, you only live once. Don't live a life of regret. Don't live a life of fear. Don't live a life of short changing yourself. So, I hope that something I said resonates with you. I hope you enjoyed my video. I always come with light and love. Always here to help. And most of these videos I do, all of them pretty much, is something that I have gone through and I've come out on the other side. Or maybe I'm struggling with some of those things now, and that's why I can freely get on this camera and tell you all about it. Hit that like button if you like what you heard. And if you're new to my channel, I always appreciate each and every one of you. Well, it's Sunday. We have fallen forward, and it's dark here. Of course, it's late anyway, later. But that means Thanksgiving's coming, so we fall forward. So that's my favorite holiday. I just love Thanksgiving. I like Christmas too. It just seems a little different without my parents. It just seems kind of, it's a little flat for me some years, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm always expecting a change because a change is gonna come. All right, I'm getting out of here. Have a beautiful week and take care of yourself. And if you're in a rut, solicit help. Somebody wants to help you get out of your rut. Bye.